What a hand. Henry gonna win the biggest pot of the night.
The legend, King Henry, up 20.
I made $30,000 in one night. This is the story of the biggest poker session of my life. And it all starts 24 hours ago. Roll the intro.
Hey, that's me, and I'm dropping out of college to play poker. I currently have $50,000 in my bankroll, but I need to double it and make $100,000 by the end of the summer, or my parents will disown me. And this is where we're currently at.
It started like any other morning. I brushed my teeth, made some breakfast, and did some yoga. Things in Dallas were going smoothly. It was my second full day here after the ridiculous road trip from last episode. Make sure to go watch it if you haven't already. And I just got my first poker session in last night. Didn't end the way I planned, but I got a taste of the Texas action, and I wanted seconds. But yeah, overall, I was feeling pretty settled in, preparing myself for the poker grind up ahead, when I got a call that would shake up everything. You see, a friend of mine had a connection to a few big poker live streams in Texas. The games were usually pretty big, but it would be a dope experience, and I told him to let me know if a spot ever opened up for me. And lo and behold, I got the ring much earlier than I anticipated. My friend told me that he could get me on the TCH live stream that same night in a 5, 10, 25, 50 game. But he needed an answer right now. The game would literally start in like 5 hours. I was, of course, super nervous to play in it. I mean, the game would be the biggest of my life, and things can go south real quick with stakes that huge. But I also was informed that the table would be pretty soft, and so I had to make a decision. Do I play it safe and decline, or do I risk it for the biscuit? Well, obviously I went.
All right, it's 4 p.m. and we're about to head out. But look who we got here.
Good luck, man. Nobody runs better than locked in.
That's right, we got $20,000 in our backpack, but hopefully we're only gonna need 5. Let's get out of here. Future Henry here. I'm going to be going over the stream, talking about some of the biggest hands that I played. And yeah, this was probably the craziest session of my life, so let's just hop right into it. Important announcement. We are currently dollars away from our 80K bankroll goal here in Dallas. And I'm going to be streaming the final push to our $80,000 goal live on Twitch and YouTube. I built my bankroll from 2K all the way up to 50K, pretty much all online. So it's only fitting that we complete this challenge the same way that we started it. So if you want to see me play, I'm going to be live on Thursday, July 24th at 6 p.m. Central. Hop in, say what's up as we try to smash our 80K goal. But we got to get back to the video so you guys can see what this number actually is.
All right, what's going on, everybody? TCH Live here on a Tuesday.
So we arrived at TCH and started playing around 5 p.m. The stakes, 5, 10, 25, with a $50 straddle running most of the night. And a quick reminder, at this point in time, we have a bankroll of $54,628. We are going to be in Texas till August 10th. And as you guys saw in last episode, we set a bankroll goal of $80,000 for this Dallas trip. So I knew going into it that this session is going to have huge implications on this series. And so we buy in for almost a tenth of our bankroll, $5,000. And I'm feeling both nervous and excited. Probably more nervousness to begin with, but things start off with a bang. On just the 5th hand of the stream, things get wild. The low jack raises to $75. The hijack and big blind just call, and we peel pocket kings. My heart is pounding. I 3-bet large out of position to $500, but it seems like the initial raiser thinks he can bully the new guy as he 4-bets to $1,600.
And looking back, I'm not surprised this guy went with a 4-bet with ace-5 suited. He was probably the best player at the table throughout the night, other than me, of course.
But now, I have a decision. Do I just slow play and call, or do I put my stack on the line and jam? It doesn't take long for me to choose the latter. And I send it all in. Now I was sweating bullets as I jammed, but once I faded the snap call, I was feeling pretty good. After a little bit, our opponent folds, but we were more than happy to take down the pot and rake in the $1,750.
In just a few minutes in, we're out in front with $6,560 in our stack. Not a bad start to the biggest game of our life.
Now about 15 minutes later, after getting kings, we get pocket queens. The under the gun +1 starts the action with a raise to $75. And now we 3-bet to $225 in the hijack. The cutoff, button, and on the gun +1 all call. So we're going 4 ways to a flop, and I'm not feeling great at this point. But we do get some relief with a pretty dead flop of 3-9-4. 2 spades. Now this is a pretty interesting spot when we get check to. We're sandwiched and we're out of position to 2 players. And because of this, we decide to check our overpair and set the trap. And our buddy Bobby, who we chatted with throughout the night, ends up falling for a trap. He bets 450 and Jay calls him pretty quickly. So my thinking at this time, I quickly looked at their stack sizes and I realized they didn't have that much behind. And I also realized that there was already 2K in the pot. Because of that, I thought that just going all in now would be our best option.
Henry says, "The heck with this, boys. This is my pot. Get out of it. I got 2 ladies." Bobby goes all in, over the top.
In your face, he said.
So Bobby isn't backing down, but Jay does end up folding. Now looking back, this is just an absolute dream spot. I mean, Bobby's pretty much just drawing to 4 cards.
Bobby here drawing pretty freaking thin, as, you know, over half of the outs that he thinks he has, he does not have.
Yeah, you can see the outs that he should have, but he does not have.
Running it twice, though. The queens are good, and the queens are good.
Good. First time on the stream, hand number 10. You're already up 5,100. What a hand.
And just like that, we are sitting with $11,500, just 11 hands into the session.
Absolutely insane start. I hate to do my guy Bobby like that, but the game's the game.
Quick bathroom update for the session, and we're up 6K. Running very well, queens, kings, yeah, getting in good spots, playing well. Just gotta continue this. We're gonna go millions.
The next hand we got is again 5 hands later. Our big hands have been on the 5th, 10th, and 15th. Not really sure what that means or what the universe is trying to tell me, but we've got Queen Jack suited, and this is a bit of an unconventional one. Our friend Tall raises to $75. Spooky 3 bets to 300 in the hijack, and I opt to cold call Queen Jack suited in the big blind. Typically, I'd play a 4-bet or fold strategy, but I want to play pots on stream, and also I especially want to play pots against this guy Spooky, because I quickly noticed he tends to get it all in a little bit light. And then Tall closes the action with a simple call.
And what a flop it is for Henry, my goodness.
Welcome, TCH Live, Dallas, Texas, Mr. Henry. Let's continue some run good, young man.
Bang! We are just sun running, and we decide to lead out here with the nuts for $300.
The board is going to sort of favor the pre-flop callers.
A lot of the hands that I cold call the 3-bet to are hands like pocket 10s, pocket 9s, pocket 8s, whereas our opponents are going to have a lot more overpairs, overcard type holdings. So with this range advantage, I like to donk bet here for the small size. Both opponents just call, and the turn comes the 7 of hearts, bringing in the 4-liner to the straight. Now still holding the nuts, I got a bet here. I choose the size of $800 to target flush draws and sets, knowing that I'll almost always get the max from a jack anyways on the river.
Henry here is going to keep it reasonable, very reasonable 3-ways here. 800 is all into 18. Tall here. Yeah, you peel 1 for 300, but Spooky's out of there too. Henry will take down another pot, chipping up over 12,700 in the stack. Wow. 2 orbits in, and Homeboy is just sitting on 12-7.
Just running unbelievably in the first 30 minutes. I guess the pro really blessed us with his luck or something.
So we've got $12,700, up 7.7K at this point. And this is around when we hit a drought. Just didn't get any playable hands, and it was like an hour later when we saw our next flop with pocket 7s. Now this is hand 32 of the session. The hijack raises to 150, small blind calls, and then I call. Our guy Bobby busts out the 3-bet to 650. The hijack and the small blind folds, and I'm getting a great price to go heads up in a quite favorable matchup. So we call.
All right, heads up we go. Pocket 7s versus Ace Jack. So Henry gonna check out of position. Bobby will continue, but with 2 overcards that shouldn't really connect with Bobby's 3-bet range, he's gonna make the call, and that is a really bad turn card for Henry.
Yes, it is. Bobby bets once again on the turn, and I just have to give up after the ace. I actually wish I would have raised the flop, given this quarter pot size bet, knowing that if he had an overpair, he would have bet half pot or even larger. But it's whatever. Outside of that, not too much I could do there. Another shorthand up next. We're 2 hours and 20 minutes into the stream, and outside of our crazy action in the first 30 minutes, we've been pretty quiet. This one is a smaller pot, but we have a very interesting decision on the flop. So we raised to $75 with Jack 10 suited under the gun. Bobby calls, and then Z-Fish 3 bets to 350. We have an easy call in position and go heads up to a flop of 6-5-7 rainbow. Z-Fish checks with pocket kings, which makes sense because he should be checking his full range. And I take a small stab at this pot for 250.
Henry recognizing that this is kind of his board as the pre-flop caller. check raise here from Z-Fish.
When he check raises here, I'm almost certain that he has queens, kings, or aces. I don't expect any bluffs. And so I think about 3-betting this flop. What are the odds that he either folds now or by the river? So I tanked for a minute pondering this.
This would be way above the rim for Henry to 3-bet. He's going to have Jack 10. He's going to have some, 9-8. That's just pure value. The 10-9, I suppose, functions a little bit better because you have that gut shot. I mean, I think 90% of players have just like auto mugged here and been like, okay, whatever.
Even if you don't like him, at least he's the best.
A good decision, I think. I don't think Z-Fish is folding.
I was very close to putting in the min 3-bet. And if I had 10-9 suited, which does play better since it has a gut shot, I probably would have gone for the play. So our stack suffers a little bit as we drop down to 11.1K. But no need to fear, because we bounce back with aces. Now up till this point, I was only being dealt premiums or absolute garbage. So I definitely had a nitty reputation at the table, and you'll see that this hand. So we get the rockets. We raise it up to 150. And not only does Zach just flat with ace queen in position, but Carlos on the button also flats with pocket jacks. Jay also calls, and somehow we're going to a flop in a single race pot here. The flop comes out queen 8-8, 2 diamonds.
Yeah, I think that's a good move.
Betting 200 into 640. Shouldn't be afraid of too many 8s here. Zach flops top pair. He's going to come along. And now Carlos doesn't think about it too long. He's going to continue with the jacks. Going to need to spike a jack. 1200 now in the middle. Let's see what Henry decides to do here.
Complete brick on the turn. We're just going to keep on betting.
Does go with just under full pot, 1,000 here.
Double flush draw board. I don't expect any queens to fold. So I'm trying to put as much money in to get value from queen X and combo draws. Now Zach calls me with ace queen and Carlos makes the quick fold behind. The river, the king of hearts. Both flush draws miss, and a hand like king queen improves.
Henry's got the hand locked up. See what sizing he goes with here. He and Zach are both playing pretty deep right now. 9,500 effective.
The problem is, it's very tough to get value from queen X on the spot. Our opponent can still have a decent amount of busted draws, and I know Zach is capable of bluffing. I could have went for a block size, but ultimately, I elect to check, looking to call any size bet.
And Zach wisely checks back, and he's like, yeah, I have one of those.
Looking back, I'll prefer betting with our specific hand, holding the ace of diamonds, blocking most of his flush draws. Possibly missed out on some value here, but nonetheless, we'll take down the pot and win the cheeky 1.9K. Checking this river with pocket aces did not help my reputation as a nit at this table, but we're back up to 12.8K and riding real smooth through the session. Our next notable pot comes in the 81st hand when we peel ace-10 offsuit. Jay raises with 6-5 suited in the cutoff, weirdly large, but we just call and we quickly go heads up to a banging flop.
And what a flop. Are you kidding me? Jay getting set up here.
And old Henry, no sleep till Brooklyn on the shirt.
Diamonds out there, right? Like, this is just so unfortunate for Jay because he's going to get check raised here. Your opponent's just going to have diamonds and 7-8 and 9-7 and all kinds of garbage that you unblock. Yeah, Jay's never folding.
And there you are.
And Jay doesn't know it, but he really wants to see something like a diamond roll off, not the 3 of spades.
Now I've noted Jay as a calling station throughout the session, and I wanted to get maximum value for overpairs and worse 10x. So on the turn, I opt to bet pot for 2,100.
A potential river jam, and Jay is able to get away from it despite the fact that that 3 of spades is just the most innocuous looking card ever.
Somehow, Jay is able to find the folds, and I'm pretty sure it's just because of my reputation. I haven't shown a single bluff all night, and in this hand, it minimized my value. Still a juicy pot, as we go up to 14.5K in our stack, and I'm just coasting until I play the biggest pot of my life. 4 hours into the stream, just 1 hour remaining, and we've got ace king of hearts. We raise to 150, and we get called by the button before Carlos squeezes to 500 with pocket queens. And I 4-bet to 1,600.
2 big stacks here, and they are about to go to war.
Carlos calls the 4-bet, and we see a beautiful king in the window. King 3 deuce rainbow. It just doesn't get any better than that with ace king. We choose a 20% range bet sizing on the king high board, and Carlos surprisingly raises us to 2,100. I am quite confused in the spot. I mean, maybe he's got ace king as well, or maybe he's slow playing aces. Regardless, the only thing for us to do here is call. We're feeling a little bit worried as we head to the turn, but all of our fears wash away when the dealer shows us a king. Oh boy.
this could get spicy.
Wow, and another king comes off. Carlos does not look like he wants to give up just yet. He's going to put more money in this pot. And our 20-year-old college dropout now going, this guy's really going to keep betting into me? I'm the one with the ace-king here.
We are on top of the world as he bets 3,300 on the turn. I'm just trying to play it cool here. We've got the effective nuts, but I, of course, got to tank a bit, act like I'm in a grueling spot. But we're just waiting to put in the call, and I'm just going to let the next 30 seconds of the stream play out here.
10K, almost 11K in the middle. And he is just going to try to milk him for all of it. See if Carlos shuts down here on the river. Did not improve. Just got 2 pair. All in and a call. And wow, what a hand. Henry going to win the biggest pot of the night. A $29,345 pot. Goodness gracious.
$30,000 pot? What the f? This is why you take risks, baby. This is why you shot take. All the people talking shit about me in the comments? Well, guess what? I just made more money in one hand than you guys make in an entire year, you unemployed losers. Shit. Wait, I'm unemployed.
But anyways, we're fucking rich. We play a couple small pots and win a decent one against Carlos again. Poor guy. I bet a tiny block bet versus him on the river, and he just throws the chips to me as he calls with bottom pair. But besides that, nothing really happens for the last hour, and we wrap the session up with $28,250, up $23,250 from our initial 5K buy-in. Absolutely mental.
Holy fuck, what a session. Oh my God, I played my biggest pot of my life. I mean, everything went right. Pot after pot was just crushing. I mean, I'm just pumped. Huge for the bankroll. I don't even know where we're at this point, but we're looking really good. I mean, wow. It's celebration time. About to hit some shots, get some drinks. Feeling good. Great night. Absolutely insane. Huge for the bankroll. Let's go.
Best sleep of my life. We are now sitting at $77,878 in our bankroll. That means we're only a little over 2K short of our 80K goal for here in Dallas. Not a bad first week for our trip. And we're gonna try to close it out and continue moving toward our 100K goal, which seems a whole lot more possible now. Remember guys, this Thursday, July 24th at 6 p.m. Central, we're gonna be making our final push toward our 80K goal live on stream on Twitch and YouTube. So make sure you hop in this Thursday, July 24th at 6 p.m. Central. You don't wanna miss it. I appreciate all the support. I absolutely love you guys. And remember, stay locked in.